Do we have to do one of those?
All right, boys. Oh, shoot.
So we're going to
My
be...
remote's in the couch. Carly!
Where...
We need your little hands.
Remote's in the couch.
I don't know if this is going to be
This is going in.
Or
This is how it starts.
It's staying in?
Ah!
All right. That seems about right.
Yeah, okay. I got it out. We're good.
Why would you drop the remote in the couch? Like, that's...
So... Story time. The couch we got used. You were there. I got it for real cheap when
I remember that.
we started finding this place. And we wanted to furnish it instead of just sit on the floor. But they had a cat, and cats cause problems. And well, for me in general, but because I'm allergic to them. But they tend to rip things, and so they're like this cushion doesn't come off.
Yeah.
But there's like a little pocket. You know how like there's that little like silky cloth. Normally covers up the hole. Yeah, cat ripped through one of those. So now, and the corner is like the best spot to watch the TV or like play video games or whatever. But like I'll have my phone in my right pocket, and I'll sit down and it'll just slide out of my pocket into the couch. And most of the time I can't get it because my phone's not, it's not a thick case on or anything.
Yeah.
So just sat down the remote. Slid down the couch, and it's like really hard to get out of there, but we got it, so we're good.
Yeah, the couch that takes all of your things and only gives them back if it really wants to.
Okay, here's story time.
I have to be louder?
Yeah,
I'll be louder.
Here's story time. We've been recording for less than 2 minutes. Already sweaty.
Already, it's 95 degrees in Lake City, right? Unnamed Lake City right now.
Yeah. That is probably the shortest story I've ever heard anybody tell.
The wetness.
It's less than 2 minutes, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough.
It was less than 2 seconds for you to tell that story.
It was a decent story. I'm trying to think if I have an even shorter story. Okay. I remember
nope, too long.
Too long.
Say it.
See, mine too long. Elliot, short and sweet.
Yep.
Or what is your name this week?
I don't know, man. I was going to talk with someone about it, but now that we're already recording, let's just throw it out there.
Throw it out.
Elliot. My name is Elliot. My social security number ends with 44100.
I still don't know if we're going to bleep his name out or not.
I don't know. The bit is we're going to bleep his name out.
Oh, okay.
But,
so we don't
actually know if we're going to bleep his name out. Because we could just call you your name.
Yeah. That's all right.
For all 3 people listening to this podcast and all 3 people that will ever listen to this podcast.
Everyone on the couch.
Welcome.
On the couch right now.
We're sitting on the couch. It's the 3 of us.
So what if we all climb into
what if we all
pocket dimension of the couch and just listen to this podcast?
Well, you can sit inside the crack of the couch that the cat ripped a hole through.
That's kind of what I was
we would need Carly to get you out because
Carly would have to get you out.
We won't be able to reach you down there, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
So you're telling me that she has really long arms, or...
No, she just has the narrowest arms out of the rest of us.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. You can try. Yeah. So
we'll get back to my story from earlier. That
there we go.
Way too long. So I have 4 younger siblings, and very often I'd have to put them to bed.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't want to read to them.
Do you have any older siblings, or you're the oldest, right?
I'm the oldest.
Yeah, you're the oldest.
Of 5 kids.
Yikes.
And so, it was actually great. I loved it.
But yikes.
And so you'd open the storybook, and you don't want to read to them because you're 10 years old.
You
don't care about interaction with people.
Who cares about children?
And
Am I right?
Yeah. Especially since you are one, right? I'll go to high five.
Isn't Elliot's younger than me, right?
All right.
No high five. I don't even know. Anyway.
And so I would open the book and say, "Once upon a time," and then close it and say the end. And that was a really short story.
Yeah, putting younger siblings to bed. I think the smallest family out of everyone here, I had one younger sibling who was less than 2 years younger than me. So what that meant for putting him to bed was I didn't, and because we were around the same age when our parents started leaving us alone, and we just kind of well, good night. That was it.
That's really sweet, actually.
Yeah, but it would have been better for you.
Yeah. I really wish that I had that kind of relationship with my brothers.
You mean the one where I saw him in my wedding, and then we've talked once since then about the wedding, and then not at all after that.
Yeah, that actually sounds really primo.
Oh gosh.
Yikes.
So, in my family, we didn't necessarily tell bedtime stories. We all just got put in bed. But we had a TV in our room, and that was the first mistake.
Wait, all of you shared a room? All 7 of you?
No, it was the 3 boys at the time. This was before the 2 youngest were born.
Okay.
And so we had a bunk bed and then just like a regular bed. And let's see, Monday nights, as we all know, that's wrestling night. So we would pretend to go to bed, turn the TV on, turn the volume all the way down, and then we'd watch wrestling, and we'd practice our wrestling moves. And there's no way that our parents didn't know about us wrestling because, I mean, we're boys, and we're idiots, and we're young, and we're wrestling. But they seemed to just let it carry on until one of us cried.
That's parenting.
That's good parenting right there.
Yeah.
My brother and I, we got along for a really long time, forever basically. We ended up sharing a room for 17 years, which is a really long time.
That would be, yeah.
To share one room with your one sibling.
It is.
And we often ended up having just like we never fought each other. Like we never fist fought, never actually wrestled each other. But he could use his words.
I could teach you how to wrestle.
I don't want you to teach me how to wrestle. Dude. I don't want
attitude adjustment. John Cena signature move right there. Undertaker, tombstone pile driver. Easy once you get it down. Let's see. What else is there? The RKO. Iconic.
Yeah, I did
do that
to somebody
off the top bunk.
Have you ever beaten anybody in wrestling?
I feel like you've been beaten in wrestling.
Are you...
Yeah.
So you're like talking from other people RKOing you?
Or you would attempt to RKO your older brothers, and they would just throw you on the ground when they caught you.
I've only got one older brother.
Okay.
And only my older sister was able to catch me. But yeah, I would say that out of all of the boys, I was easily the best showman. And really, that's what wrestling is all about.
So just having that personality out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because wrestling isn't real.
Yeah.
Take that back.
It's not. It's scripted.
You take that back right now!
I can't take back the truth.
It's already there.
Yeah, that's what they said about the moon landing.
That's also a thing that happened.
Well,
I mean, the moon isn't real. Let's just get that out of the way. The moon's not real.
It's true. Wallace and Gromit told us it's made of cheese.
And that you could get there and back in 25 minutes.
They're less believable things I've heard.
That you could go outside without a suit and light your rocket with a fuse.
Exactly. Or that the Earth isn't flat. The Earth is...
Dude, the Earth, hollow Earth. Are we getting into conspiracy? We still
got
to talk about like wrestling
but...
each like siblings and stuff, but we'll get into that. That's a premium episode.
That is a premium.
That is a premium episode.
Sure. We're gonna just ends it.
It's over. We're done. Actually, this is the first and last ever recording of this podcast.
Well,
welcome to the.
We've only got 1,195 hours and 13 minutes left of disk space. So
that's
going to be enough
actually.
to get the rest of the episode in?
record 1,200 hours worth of this show?
So the thing about it,
I got backup hard drives too. That's not even all of it. I could back it up on everything else here.
That'd be a pretty good podcast gimmick. Is that we recorded the first 900 episodes in one
day. and we've just been replaying them, but we play them in reverse order.
Yeah.
And so they seem like they're getting better, but it's all just the same show.
It's the same show.
Yeah. We are. Let's see. Do we say who we are? We're the unnamed Lake City variety show.
It's true. It's very true.
We are.
Well, we decidedly didn't want to have an intro, correct?
We didn't really want to have an intro,
Or
but
all
see
of
how
that
this
was
intro.
the intro.
This intro is 10.5 minutes into the show, so who really cares? It's the first one.
It's true.
But it's Levi, it's Elliot, it's Paul on the couch. We're hanging out.
Still don't know if we're bleeping Elliot's name out.
We're bleeping Elliot. We have no idea if he's going to be named as Jonathan or if he's going to be named as Elliot. We don't know yet.
Astute observation.
Yeah. But we are the the non-engineering engineer.
That's me.
That's him. What do we decide to call you?
They can't see you, so when you raise your hand...
Oh, when you raise your hand,
and
it's
you
a
say
recorded
that's
medium.
me,
Oh my god.
They really don't know who's...
Well, I mean, they heard my voice when I said that.
I don't think you
That doesn't
introduced
matter.
yourself before.
Well, my name is Levi. I like long walks and not using my engineering degree for what it's worth.
What's the value of that engineering degree?
To
As
me,
it is right now.
very technically, I got grants to go through all of school.
Oh, did you really?
However, I had loan money to pay for rented stuff. So
You took out loans to have a house?
basically,
What?
So I could sleep. I didn't work through most of college.
Oh, that's fair.
So
Yeah. Now, what did we decide to call you?
Me?
Yeah, Elliot, or whatever your bleep name is.
Yeah, I'm Elliot. I'm I think it was uncultured archeologist.
or anthropologist.
No, I think it was archaeologist.
Just something. Yeah.
So I graduated from Lake City University with a degree in history and anthropology. I eventually want to pursue working as an archaeologist, but things like Big Rona and things like big life commitment to people, undisclosed gender and undisclosed name, maybe not throwing a wrench, but rearranging life
order
goals
of
for me.
plans and everything. Yeah.
Which is a good place to be.
Yeah. I am the not-so-professional photographer. I also attended Lake City University at the same time as these two clowns. And I did the fantastic feat of finishing university in 2 years by just saying I'm finished, and I left. And I took a big U-turn, and I moved really far away suddenly, without really telling many people where I was going, and then just worked crappy job after crappy job, and then somehow landed a photography gig that got me paid a lot of money. And I decided to quit that job, even though it was a lot of money. It's like more than my cousins are making right now. I've been doing real jobs for a while.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back and attend that university thing that I decided to leave. And then the big Rona happened. The Backstreets reunion tour happened. And that was, it threw a whole wrench in that plan. And then disclosed gender, my wife, she came into my life. And then that was a whole thing. It's still, I guess it's still a thing. I'm sorry. She's in the back room. But she's definitely not going to be embarrassed of this, and she will never mention to any of her friends that we've done this. Never once.
And that's okay.
Anyway, didn't go back to university, landed a different photography gig, and if I ever told anyone from my hometown what I did, and if I said I was a photographer, they would just laugh in my face. And my cousin, who's an actual professional photographer, she asked what equipment I was using, and I was embarrassed to tell her. And I'm not going to say it on this podcast. That's how not so professional it is, and it works, and it pays, and it keeps a roof over my wife and my head while she's looking for work. So that's our story.
That's the short of it. Yeah.
We're sweating together on a couch, and it's a good life.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember now. How did we end up meeting?
I think,
is that a good question to ask?
I don't even remember when I met Elliot, because I remember we kind of met when we were hanging out at the booth in the lounge of Lake City University, the student area,
the student union kind of place,
whatever, the student union building, but there's not actually a student union, and then there's a Greek life building, but Greek life isn't actually allowed. Yeah, that kind of deal. Because apparently frats are bad or whatever their thing is. Whatever.
Community isn't bad.
Depends on what you do with it. This show, technically not a bad show. It depends on what we do with it.
There we go. And that's the attitude right there.
Yeah, so I think we all met through the same group. We'll leave that, I think, unnamed for now.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you can't tell, we don't really know what we want to say and what we don't want to say. But this is our chance to talk about our lives, the past 4 or 5 years where we've known each other. I suppose it's 4 or 5, something like that. And then we all had different types of upbringings, already off the bat, different amounts of siblings and how that worked out with everything, age groups. But it's this is us.
And they're all doing siblings are all doing different things.
They're all doing very different things. My brother's making so much more money than me. But he's going to throw his back out doing what he does.
That is not ideal. No. I'm feeling the old man. I don't know if any of you feel it, but with Rona and just sitting all the time.
Levi, you want to exercise with me?
I don't want to exercise with you.
Okay.
Wait, you.
But
you
also,
exercise? That's right. You run. I always forget that Elliot runs.
Hey, because I maintain this physique.
What physique do you? You eat burrito after burrito at work,
so I can continue to run.
Granted, he does weigh the least of any of us on this.
Wait, does he really? I thought it would be you out of any of us.
I would 200 pounds.
I am under 200.
I am well over 200 pounds. I'm also, I'm the tallest one here, which helps, but
yeah, that's good.
I'm north of 300. Yikes. Anyway, is that why the couch is leaning so bad this way?
Oh, God. No, you're just being sucked into the pocket.
That's right, I was being sucked into the pocket. Wait, does my phone... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I lost my AirPods down there one time.
Into the couch.
We don't pause this. You just have to listen to me grunting and maybe fart into the mic.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Yeah, it's a good life.
All right.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Do we want to? I feel like we could go straight into reviewing what we have learned so far, and then when we're trying to plan out our next episode, we can listen back to this
and then just not do this.
I don't understand what's super bad about it. I mean,
there's nothing bad about what we're doing. Feel this right now on the couch. Feel it.
Oh, that's damp.
That's damp. That's
kind of gross.
Yikes.
We're filling dead space pretty well. That's a plus.
I don't think that's just necessarily what we want to do, though. I feel like we've been hopping around on topics, and we've been hopping around just goofing stuff. And I feel like
it's time to commit to the bit.
It's like a deep dive time. You want to dive it?
I feel like we should prep something that we want to talk about for each episode, and then commit to that instead of.
But what if we do that and then just dance around that topic the whole time, and everyone gets to guess what the topic was going to be?
Ah, okay.
Like us, because we're not going to do that.
Wait, so we'll dance around the topic, we won't.
No, that was just a joke. We could come up with things we want to talk. Oh, we got a thing to talk about. Mark Zuckerberg's 4th of July video that he put out. I did not really know about this until Elliot was just staring at it for a while. I watched
it. Elliot showed it to me, and I watched it for a nice solid minute, and I didn't know what to think.
For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, Mark Zuckerberg, to seem more of a human, and instead of android, unconvincingly not an android,
very true,
decided to post a video on his Instagram, on which he owns Instagram, so it doesn't really. So on all of our Instagrams, it popped up in all of our feeds.
Pretty hard flex, by the way.
It is a hard flex to just own Instagram. He put out a video of him wake surfing on a hydrofoil wakeboard, not wakeboard, but his feet were strapped in, but it wasn't a wakeboard. It's like a surf thing, and holding the American flag, like he cares about the rest of us.
As that West Virginia song.
Virginia, just from.
I don't actually know what it's called.
It's
Country Roads.
Country Roads.
Country Roads.
It's made popular by that wonderful video game that you can tell us about called Fallout 76.
I can tell you about that game.
Oh, did you? Oh, you didn't buy that. You bought the other crappy game.
Oh, Cyberpunk?
Yeah, you bought Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
If anyone belongs in Cyberpunk, it's Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, you're actually not incorrect. I wouldn't be surprised if he is in Cyberpunk.
All of the social interactions in the game were based off of.
And that's why the lines are Mark Zuckerberg. So weird.
Yeah.
He plays the game to feel like he's around his own people again.
Because he was sent to the past to build the future for the machines. He is the Terminator. Yikes. But that video of him just standing on that thing, he's not smiling, he's not doing anything. He's just looking forward, holding a flag, not even waving it, holding it straight in front of him and the wind's waving it. He's doing a little bit of a bob and weave. I'm doing a thing with my hand that all of you can absolutely see. All twos of yous.
I can see it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's just, it's the most awkward thing.
Standing there going.
To just stand. Because he's not doing anything.
How do you do, fellow Americans?
How do you
That's
do?
His tongue thing.
How's it going, fellow humans?
Fellow humans. And for those of you who can't tell, that's his tongue doing that lizard thing.
That lizard thing while he does his sideways wink at you. Elliot just did that thing. He just used his hands to do it. And
of course, Mark doesn't need his hands to do that.
No, he can just do it. Although I think in that interview, not in the interview, when he was questioned by Congress, I think you can see his scales a little bit.
Oh, yep.
Also, who drinks water like that? It's like he was oiling himself. Not human. He's not a human being. It wasn't like he was slamming a beer. It wasn't like he was waving the flag. It's not like he had fireworks or anything. It's not like he was even saying anything or anyone else was saying anything. Yep. The rest of the boat was silent. You could tell the music was put on after. It wasn't being played while he was standing on it. They took a silent video where no one is talking, no one's whispering. There's got to be more than at least two people on this boat because there's someone driving it, someone filming it, and there's probably someone else on the boat with like a friend of his or something. And no one is saying a thing.
He sat down the day before and was like, I need some creative directors to like make sure this seems pretty authentic.
I'm gonna share I'm gonna give half a share away to buy a brand new wake setter and a hydrofoil wake surf, so I can seem like a regular person.
I'm sold.
It worked for me. He is a human being, and nothing can change my mind.
Really came around on that over the span of the last 5 minutes.
There's nowhere else to go, I don't think.
Yeah,
he is the alpha human.
He's what all humans should be. That's why he's doing. That's why he has Facebook and Instagram. He's trying to show you how you should be. Yeah, and definitely not selling your data like he has been since 2006.
I mean,
or whenever Facebook was a thing.
It's either we are the product on Facebook, or
we're the product.
We're becoming the true people on Facebook.
No, we're the product.
Excuse me?
We're the product. Oh, if you think this show is low quality or anything, I saw this guy. I think he was a former Elvis impersonator in New York, and he did all these like weird shows. I gotta look up his name, but he does this podcast. His podcast.
Yeah.
It's just a 2-hour long Facebook Live that he posts everywhere, and he calls it his podcast. But it's just him straight 2 hours. We've done 25 minutes, and this is getting hard. This is the hardest job we've ever had to do.
But like, so wait, what does he do for 2? He just
like
for 2 hours.
He just rants and talks about whatever because he owns this like show place or whatever. Like,
what does he rant about?
I don't. Do we want to listen to his entire?
Taxes,
I don't really want to listen to it. Well,
does he do the Elvis voice?
No, he talks about like different show groups and like different things happening in New York and like the city. He doesn't like. It's not like a rant. It's like he's trying to have it be a show, but it's just it's not recorded. Like I might edit this. This might have. I mean, it depends on whether or not we want Elliot's name there or if we want Jonathan there instead.
It's so much censoring at this point. We've said his name.
We've said his name maybe 12 times.
At least 12 times.
Easily. Yeah. The only thing I'm doing to this thing is I'm balancing out the audio so I don't blow out your headphones when every once in a while when all three of us talk at the same time into the single condenser mic we're using.
It might add to the like ambiance of the show if it just blew you just randomly.
And every once in a while, just felt like someone was spitting in your ear.
I'll just make a dumb noise real quick.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, the overhead for this show is like $2, and that's the gas money for you guys to drive here.
That's true, actually.
Here in unnamed Lake City.
In unnamed Lake City.
Actually, it's
going on unnamed roads.
Going on unnamed roads, hitting unnamed potholes.
Country roads.
Unnamed country roads.
Take me home.
West Virginia, Mountain Mom. I don't know.
Elliot,
you know the
be
words.
In West Virginia.
Not anymore. Not ever since we accepted Mark Zucc.
Give us the Zucc. Oh, did you guys see that video when he was smoking like meats on his big green egg?
Excuse me?
Or all the Zucc.
What the heck kind of phrase is that?
He was smoking his meats on his big green egg.
What the heck is a big green egg?
Big green egg. Oh, you haven't seen those?
No.
It's like this. They're really expensive. It looks like a Yoshi egg, but it's a smoker.
Yeah.
It's an outdoor smoker.
Slash grill.
Oh, so it's like a green, like egg shaped.
Yeah,
like an egg.
But they're like $850.
Okay.
For the small one.
But I mean, for like Mark Zuckerberg, like he can.
Yeah, but like for us regular people, we can't afford to even think about.
Consider it.
My grill is 2 burners, and we got it for free. we went to a almost gated community and just ripped it off a back porch. So.
Gosh, that sounds sketchy.
I mean, it was given to us, but we did that. That's how we got it.
Ripped it off a back porch.
I mean, how else are you gonna do? Andy, keep it down. Oh. So anyway, he was smoking his meats on his big green egg or on his grill or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's doing a Facebook live stream. He's like showing off with Facebook live stream when it was a newer thing. Just to not his world, but just how Facebook live stream works. Facebook Live. And so he's reading the comments and someone just throws in there, "Give us the Zucc." He just has no idea what to do.
Does he read it?
Yeah, he reads it. He reads it out loud. He puts his nose right up to the camera and he goes, "Give us the Zucc." Let's see if I can pull that up.
Honestly, like he either sounds like a lizard, an android, or
he bounces between just being like a 55-year-old man,
mm-hmm.
like a 16-year-old still playing Modern Warfare in his parents' basement, and not attending college classes, or just not a human. Oh, come on!
All right, show me this.
Come on!
Can I see?
There it is. There's the big. That's the big green egg right there in the back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Kenneth, give me the Zucc. But you can follow up and tell me what that means.
Dude, you can follow up and tell me.
Why
what
does
that
he have
means.
3 smokers, though? Look at this. What's so funny about the Zucc? What does that mean?
He asked the internet.
He asked the internet what
To
give
follow
us
up.
to follow up. He asked Kenneth to follow up and say, "Give us the Zucc." What does that mean? But he just put his nose like right in there.
Give us the Zucc.
Give us the Zucc. And there's a lot of, I think that's angry emojis or something. No, it's a lot of thumbs up or something like that. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Like watch the
Just straight.
flow.
Mark, give me the Zucc.
Just the anger.
all the hearts. Though.
All the hearts after the Zucc, and then there's
Give
like
us
just
the
a
Zucc.
pair of angers.
What's the whole Zucc thing? ZUCC. I haven't seen this.
He asked the internet what the
I haven't
Zucc
seen this
was.
before.
CC.
Oh yikes!
I mean, he definitely has.
That's a thumbnail. If we
Wait.
can get anywhere close to that, just Mark Zuckerberg popping his booty out.
Oh gosh,
Oh man.
dude.
Grilling in my live, grilling in my backyard. Yeah, he just did a whole Facebook live stream. Wait, does he have an Asian wife?
I don't know. I was looking at that, or
He
like,
went to Harvard.
is that an Indian?
Yeah, but like, so I didn't know he was married. I didn't know anyone would marry him.
He went to
Well,
Harvard.
he has
So
money.
like, he dropped out of Harvard.
Like the thing is, if you have a lot of money,
You can marry
Someone
whoever you
will
want.
marry
Someone
you.
will marry you when you're worth, what is it, $4 billion? No, it's more than that.
wait. Okay, so Mark
Mark Zuck.
Zuckerberg.
Net worth. Net worth is, I mean, that's the value of his
Wife.
company because he technically owns that too.
Wait, and kids? Yeah, he does have an
His
Asian
kids? He has children. He has 2 kids. Maxima
Dang.
Chan and August Chan.
I feel like we should know this.
We should know.
Like who?
How did the richest, not the richest person, the person who sells all of our data, and who Elliot has been trying for years to keep him from selling his data,
Yep.
hide his kids from the world?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Or
He's
his wife.
37. Why does he look like he's 60?
He has like some people just like they get out of that childhood and then they just get old man face.
Yeah, like Elon Musk. Like you can understand that he's 50.
Yeah.
He's acting like he's 35, maybe 45, like holding on to everything. But you understand that Elon Musk is a 50-year-old guy. Jeff Bezos is an old guy. Like you get it. He's not old.
Yeah.
But he's almost 60. And you can kind of Mark Zuckerberg is 1,000 years old. He's older than time,
He has old man face.
Yes.
and he is just beyond our understanding and comprehension. I feel like we've been talking about him for about 15 minutes.
We're
now.
back onto him not being human again.
Well, he's not human. He's too human. So he's
transcendent.
He's transcendent. He's an ASMR. He's a fallen ASMR.
There we go. He is.
But he's not given to us in a good way to.
You're talking about billionaires. Jeff Bezos is going to launch himself into space.
on inside a rocket or outside of a rocket?
Inside of a rocket.
Okay.
He stepped down from his position as the CEO of Amazon. He
Amazing.
divorced his wife.
Or did she?
And he's saying that he's going to launch himself into space.
Is he going to Mars? Like one
No,
way?
he's going to go to the very border of space. I think it's like 62 miles up or something.
Oh, I think in like the
Like
very
to the
borders
end?
of the universe.
That is what they say he's going to do.
They say, who's they? Are they reputable?
Like all of the news sources and everything. They're
Okay.
Like he's releasing press releases and he's saying that he's going to launch himself into space.
Okay.
So
Nah,
Nah.
this is his exit strategy.
What how is he exiting?
He's faking his death. He's going to make off with all that big Amazon money.
He already
before-
made off with all the big Amazon.
Yeah, the government's going to crack down on him.
For what?
I'm telling you, something's gonna go wrong. And if something actually goes wrong and he actually dies, I apologize to this. But also, he's kind of a little shisa, so maybe not so much.
that's fair enough. It's not our place for vengeance.
Yeah.
His money will disappear. It's gonna be gone like that.
It'll
And
be in
then
some
boom.
third world country.
Just somewhere third world. He's just gonna buy a couple islands, a couple dozen.
If I had the money.
If I had the money, you know, once this podcast is making $2-3 a month, when we're rolling in it, I'll finally splurge on a Subway footlong. For the crew, of course.
Well,
For the three of us to split.
You
Okay,
have to
that's
save
fair
up
enough.
for a couple of months.
with our 40-30-30 split
That's
of the sandwich.
Hey, actually, I think we voted that.
You
Levi
get no
and I get the
sandwich?
whole sandwich.
I love democracy.
It's
I
such a,
love the Republic.
Democracy.
I do that. I fight for what is Obi-Wan's line? I defend the democracy, the Republic.
I don't think this.
No,
I
I
don't
can
think he
quote
says
the movie.
Judas.
Judas.
If that's what you were going to say,
I didn't say
I
Judas.
don't think he says
I didn't
Judas.
say Judas.
I don't think Anakin calls Obi-Wan Judas.
He doesn't call him Judas.
He calls
at all.
Obi-Wan a Jew.
He does not call him
No.
He does not call him that either.
You know, Obi-Wan, King of the Jews, Space Jesus.
Okay, I can get behind Space
I can
Jesus.
get behind that.
Space
as well.
Jesus. Listen, we can argue about anything in Star Wars, but Space Jesus holds true.
Ewan McGregor.
Did you see that video?
Very
Of,
good portrayal of Obi-Wan.
yeah, he did a good job. Did you see that video? Of, he did like a travel the world on motorcycle type thing for Amazon or something like that. So it's an Amazon show. I've given Amazon all of my money just so I could watch things and get.
Just so you could watch Jeff Bezos.
Just so I could
fake
watch
his death and make
so-
it off
into
with it.
space.
I want to see that live stream. It's better be on Amazon Prime. But there's a clip of him just looking out of the boat. He's got a big yellow rain jacket on, and he's just seeing like 3 otters. And
Dude, that's cool.
he's just like, those are cute. You know, they use tools. They're one of the few like mammals other than apes and us to use tools and things like that. And they go down, they get a rock, and they just. And he's just doing this thing on his own, like not prompted or anything. He's just doing it.
Dude, it like things like that. I was talking to someone
Like,
the other day,
yeah.
and I've noticed in TV shows when they tell the story that has no relevance, but it's like really in depth and really thought out. Like
It's something that they really like.
yeah, it's like something they really like, but it doesn't matter. You
Yeah,
know?
it
Like
doesn't-
it doesn't bring the plot forward. It just makes him
Yeah.
seem like a person.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, Ewan McGregor just banging his fists against his chest, saying otters use tools. It just makes him a person.
It just makes him a person.
Yeah.
It just turns him from less into Obi-Wan into more of a person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If Mark Zuckerberg did that,
If Mark Zuckerberg used tools and opened like mollusks and crap on his chest, I'd think he was a human being. More so than sitting in front of his big green egg smoker and going, "Give us the Zucc." What does that mean? Tell me, what does that mean?
I don't know what it means.
It doesn't really matter. It's a way to make fun of him. Who cares anyway? We're not here to explain the memes. We're not here.
Alright.
Let's explain the joke.
This is a bit Nietzschean, a little bit existential.
What? What was that word you just used?
Nietzschean,
Oh. Okay.
like it doesn't like the idea. I think he was the guy who's like, it doesn't really matter. Nothing matters. Like very like pragmatically like.
Vincenzo Roll.
I think that was Nietzsche.
It's getting hotter. It's got to be getting
Yep.
hotter. It's getting hotter.
The breeze from the window
Yep.
helps me.
It's not making
the
it here.
tiniest bit.
It's not. The breeze is not making it here. What are you looking at?
Friedrich Nietzsche.
Oh, he's doing that. He's actually. We're doing this show 100% researched.
Okay, I'm going to say this only because 100% not true. Top quote from him is, "Woman was God's mistake." Not true. Women are not mistakes.
Yeah, God didn't make
All right.
mistakes.
Nihilism
Without
is the
music,
term you're
life
looking
would be a
for.
mistake. There we go. I could get behind that.
Nihilism is what you're looking for, but that's
Nihilism is the philosophy derived from Nietzsche's. however you want to.
Are you
say
sure
the
it's not?
possessive
Are you
of
sure
his
that's
name.
him, or who's the guy that made it famous? That guy that lived in a tub in the marketplace. Diogenes.
Diogenes.
The what was his whole? Not nihilism. His was. Where it's not like brooding or anything, but shoot, what was his whole thing?
Who's?
Diogenes, that like homeless man. His whole philosophy was like living with the least amount of things as possible, and just using your brain to think about things. And his one possession other than the rags on his body was a bowl, and just like this little, and he would drink water with the bowl. And then he saw a little kid drinking out of a ditch, like a little kid that was homeless like him drinking out of a ditch, and he's like, what the hell do I need this thing for? And he threw his bowl away.
Oh man.
He just...
That's spicy. I have no idea who this guy is. You could literally be saying whatever you want.
Whatever I want to.
And I would believe it. But throwing your bowl away, your only thing, that's...
He's a cynic. That's what it is.
Okay.
Cynic, but not like cynicism now where it's just like, no, Mom and Dad, I'm not doing... But it's just like, nah, I don't need to live with things.
Okay.
Cynicism. I want to look up...
I don't need my bowl.
I don't need my bowl.
I don't need...
Cynic philosophy is a school of thought by ancient Greek philosophy as practiced by the Cynics. The purpose of life is to live in virtue and agreement with nature. As reasoning creatures, people can gain happiness by rigorous training and living in a way which is natural for themselves, rejecting all conventional desires for wealth, power, and fame. Instead, they were to lead a simple life free from all possessions. So basically,
easy.
All the homeless people that we see living in Tent City in unnamed Lake City, they are all cynics and they're living their best life. And definitely not on drugs. They're definitely not doing drugs. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
So we should respect and venerate those people for
we should
living the
respect
life
those
that
people.
we're not brave enough to live it.
Should venerate? Is there a good... How do you define...
We should ventilate them.
Oh, gosh. If they need to be ventilated. They can't breathe anymore.
I could be ventilated right now.
I'm not shooting you.
Could someone ventilate me?
I'm not shooting you.
I don't understand what ventilate means.
Put holes in.
I just need to increase the airflow in my body.
If you just went outside...
Go get your 120 millimeter fan from whatever.
Alright, I'll get it.
Wait, are you riding a horse through my
I'm not riding a horse through your house.
Oh, man. It's so hot. It being this hot in the living room, this reminds me, when my brother and I were pretty small, probably like 10 and 8, 10 and 9, something like that, my parents decided to get the entire house, all the carpets, steam cleaned.
Oh, no.
Over the course of 2 days. And so, yeah, it's like steam cleaning. Well, it happened to be late July.
Yeah.
And the hottest 2 days of the summer.
That's not where it's at.
My brother and I, living just like our backyard, we were on the edge of a town, and then our backyard after that was just the woods. And that woods went until the next small town 15 miles away. And so we would just go out there, and just hang out. And it was fine. But it was the one time we were not allowed to step in the house. The best we could do is we could sit on chairs in the screen porch, the 3-season porch, and just roast. As can you bring us 3 more Freezy Pops? Just having to be carried by our dad to our bedroom because we weren't allowed to walk on the carpets yet because they were still kind of damp or something like that, or whatever their reasoning was. It was fine. It wasn't like child abuse or anything. Yeah, it just happened to be the 2 hottest days of the summer.
That's where it is. I worked at a Boy Scout summer camp for a really long time.
Well, you were an Eagle Scout, aren't you?
No,
almost.
Just the rank below.
Okay,
but
yeah, almost.
Terribly ironically, so it's like the hottest days of the summer. It's right at the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but the freezer, the like deep walk-in big freezer,
Yeah, the big boy
breaks down. So it's not working. They've spent like the past 3 days like going in and like having to defrost this fan because the like regular defroster isn't working on it.
Yeah.
And so if the defroster's not working, the fan's not working, it's not cold enough.
Yeah.
So it's just not working.
Or
And
like
so,
it overcools one day and it's so humid that it just locks up.
yeah, so like all the humidity's coming in and stopping this freezer from working. And so I took some shifts in there, like, you know, defrosting it every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
And
Which is best shift to get.
oh yeah, exactly.
Just sit in the freezer.
It's just sitting in the freezer in like a minus 40 degree freezer on a 95 degree day in the summer.
Yeah.
So you're going from, you know, frostbite to heat exhaustion. But not only that, but the health department also surprise comes on that day. And so we're like trying to save all this food. We're like trying to keep it at temp, but also everything's a wreck and a mess.
Yeah.
And then I think the like repairman came in and like flipped a switch or did
And
something
just
that
the
like
easiest
did
job.
a wire and then
like, and then billed you $385.
which is like, thanks man. I mean, we need the freezer to work, but
Yeah.
was like a 15-minute job.
I think we all worked at different camps throughout the time. I worked at 2 different camps, but the first camp I worked at, it was around for a very long time. It was open for over 80 years is what it was. And so, you know, some of the buildings were built in the 50s and some of them were built in the 70s and some of them were built, I think the newest building was maybe 30 years old, 25 years old, something like that when I was working there. But our kitchen, we had like a galley kitchen, which was the weirdest thing for how big our camp was. Because it was like a 275 acre camp.
Okay.
And we just had this tiny galley kitchen to feed everyone who was staying at camp. But we had so we had, upstairs in the kitchen, we didn't have a walk-in freezer. We had a walk-in fridge.
Okay.
We had 2 walk-in fridges, like the 8x5s or whatever.
Yep.
And then we had 3 chest freezers upstairs in the kitchen.
Okay.
3 chest freezers in a closet downstairs, which was towards the lake. 3 chest freezers in a different closet down there. And 3 chest freezers in the room right next to the waterfront equipment storage. And so you'd be like, okay, go get me the ham from a Hillside freezer. And if you had never been volunteering there or worked there, you would have no idea what the cook is telling you.
Because there's 15
freezers at this place. Which was fine. I mean, we didn't have any other freezer. Like, we didn't have walk-ins or anything.
Yeah.
Just walk-in fridges, which we needed because we had so many campers all the time. But the best thing is that one of the walk-ins had an outlet in it. Just straight up wall power inside
You're kidding me.
No, and so on the weekends or like after campers were in bed, if you were in not core staff, but you know, like support staff, and you're doing waterfront or like maintenance or something for the summer, you're allowed to like go in the kitchen and make food as long as you clean up after yourself. Well, we would just plug our phones in and just watch movies in the fridge.
Yes.
With this place, we didn't even have an ice maker. It was a great place to work, and it was such a fun time. And I did waterfront there for 2 years, and then I did pretty much every job you could do there. I did. I was a cook for 2 weeks because our cook was sick, and I was the only one qualified to do it. But it was just like, I'll meet you in the freezer later, or the fridge later, because let's just plug in like we could. Technically, we could have plugged in an Xbox and a TV, and just had that in the fridge.
Yeah. That's sick.
It was cool. It turned out to be a good time, but it was just the weirdest thing because it wasn't like it was hidden or anything. It was on the upper wall right next to the ceiling. So everyone saw it. So you just sit on top of the milk crates of eggs.
So you're supposed to be for like a light at one point?
But there was already a light that was like hardwired in that went on, like that turned on when there was a switch outside the fridge and you could just turn that on or off.
Magic power.
It was weird. It was cool though. Yeah, that was a fun camp to work at. That one, I miss that place. I ought to be dying at camp in the heat instead of here in unnamed Lake City. The house in Lake City.
The house.
The house from Lake City. I think we got another couple minutes in us before we poop out.
I've been pooped.
You've been poop. Yeah, you've been done since
You're gonna
before
want
we
a new
started.
couch cushion here, buddy.
Oh,
These don't come off. I can't replace these. This is just how the couch is gonna
Gotta
be.
get a new couch then. Sorry.
Okay, I'll tell my wife.
No take backs.
I'll tell my wife.
You don't. It just doesn't. It doesn't
Leaving
go
these
back
shorts,
into
too.
your body.
Are you sticking to the couch already?
I'm not sticking to the couch.
You can't just suck it back in.
Dude, I have 100% absorbency rate. There's no sweating or anything. And I actually absorb 100% of the nutrients in anything. And so
You're
I
also
don't.
the supreme leader of North Korea.
Have
Yeah.
you?
Okay.
Can you show me how you do it?
You just absorb it.
It.
You just absorb it. You mean the supreme leader of best Korea?
Of only Korea.
Of only Korea?
There's only Korea, and then there's
No, it's the only Korea.
It's only Korea and South Korea.
It's best Korea.
only Korea and the rebels, and then the rest of the world that hates us and doesn't understand us.
Are we talking as North Korea, or are you talking as where we are now in unnamed Lake City?
The world definitely understands me. Come on, man. We're not talking about myself.
It's so stinking hot. It's done.
It'll be.
Yeah.
I was gonna go into. Never mind.
Do it.
We'll drop
Go-
it. I was
Nope.
gonna say. I have a dream.
That's a bold start.
You better follow that up
Really
with
gonna have
something
to
good.
follow this up
Yeah, come on.
soon.
That on the red hills of Georgia, it'll be cold one day. It'll be cold. It'll be 65. Like a real nice 65. With a real good lake breeze, as we are in unnamed Lake Town. But
I wish we just actually had a lake breeze
What
today.
about-
There's no wind.
What about Georgia? It has to do with anything we're talking about.
Are you talking about the
Continue.
Black Sea?
I was that's the only part of the I Have a Dream speech that I can quote.
Wait, he mentions Georgia in the I Have a Dream speech?
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
He literally
Historian.
says, "I on the red hills of Georgia."
Historian, we need your expertise.
Es cierto.
Do you want me to read the I Have a Dream speech?
Is that how we're going to end this? Is with reading the I Have a Dream?
I don't know if I can do it justice.
Go ahead.
Oh, this looks good. Sorry, my mom just sent me something. She sent me an Instagram post from before 4th of July. We're recording this just after the 4th.
Oh, frick. How do I...
Today is someone's last day with all 10 of their fingers.
Mhm.
And then she just sent me a news article that says, fireworks explode in person's hand, resulting in lost fingers.
What is the speech?
God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Let's find I'll find the Red Hills of Georgia part, and that's how we can end this.
All right.
But it might take me a second, so we gotta fill. We
Well-
gotta skim fast. Is what we gotta do. This is actually
Oh,
Is
no,
it
I think
long?
I know what part
it's
you're
a-
talking
it's a
about.
rabbit
I have no
hole.
idea what you're
I think I know what it's. As made famous by Guitar Hero 3. It's the devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for his soul to steal.
I don't think you should equate Martin Luther King Jr. to the devil.
I'm not equating Martin Luther King Jr. to the devil. I'm reciting his speech from what I remember when we were battling the devil in Guitar Hero 3. Okay, yep. Go ahead, Levi.
Okay.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering in the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children, I don't have children, will one day live
I
in a
thought you
nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character.
That's the only bit of that
I
that
have a
actually
dream
remember.
today.
Yeah, that's it. I probably haven't heard that read out since 5th grade,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
to be honest. Because, I mean, I don't watch the news, so if they ever do it on Martin Luther King Day, then I wouldn't know about it because I'm not paying cable to watch news. I already pay too much to unnamed internet company.
Okay, but like, unnamed internet company is a scumbag.
Unnamed internet company is the only option in unnamed Lake City where we live,
And they charge
and it's
premium for it.
the most expensive garbage on the face. Like this is, you know, going to be maybe an hour long, and if it's edited at all, maybe 53 minutes, something like that. Maybe 55 minutes. It's this is going to take forever to upload. The speeds are never what they advertise, and they charge you. It's like $60 a month.
Yeah.
Which, if you have 3 or 4 roommates, that's fine. But it's not $60 worth of speed. It's like, I mean, it's better than where I grew up, because the internet where I grew up is $120, and it's half the speed.
Okay, that's a good
Perspective builder
decent.
for you. But
So, if you take anything away from this podcast,
is this your wrap up?
eat it, Spectrum. Just freaking eat it and get better. Be better.
Be better. Provide the service that you said you did. I read it said, hey, get Spectrum Internet for $35 a month and get 100 megabit download and like 45 megabit upload. And it's like, sure, that $35 a month, that's reasonable. Are you getting naked on the couch next to us right now? It's hot. Come on. You know what I'm getting? I'm paying like $50-$60 for like 60 and 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
And if I ever
That's
get
sad.
that, it's because none of my neighbors, my upstairs neighbor or the houses to the left and right of me, are not home. It's the most garbage. It's not like my equipment's bad. Everything in this house is on Ethernet. My router is fine. Like it's more than capable of handling even like 2.5 gigabit internet, and it's the dumbest thing ever. There's no bottlenecks in my system. The whole bottleneck is that stupid box on the side of my house that Spectrum put in, and it's garbage. I like being an adult and I like being married. I hate how this stupid bill thing works, and I want to own a house instead of renting one so I can fix the things I need to fix instead of, hey, my house is broken. Come and fix it, landlord. Fix my house that I pay you for.
Dude, sometimes though, I wake up and I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to worry about if the furnace dies or the plumbing sucks or...
I'd rather deal with that though. I don't have to.
rather?
I'd rather do that. I'd rather make a house payment that's cheaper than my rent, and worry about that on my own, because that's what home insurance is for.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's like I'm already paying rent. You know, my utilities.
I pay rent.
Well, you know, rent for this place, which is more than a mortgage would be right now.
Yeah.
For this rent. I'm not complaining. It's a great place to live, you know, in Lake City. It's a good time, but it's got good people around it.
Yeah.
I just want to own a house. I'd rather make a mortgage payment than a rent check one more time.
Yeah. And you're building equity in your property, and
And it's like, just let me do something. But I'm not buying anything now because
the market is...
it's like it's already everything's up $40,000, and people are offering $20,000 above asking. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
The world is stupid, and I want to have it. Let's just have a recession again.
There we go. That's something to speak into existence.
All right.
I mean, not that we already... Anyways.
Anyway. Let's just print
That's
more
okay.
money. Nothing ever goes wrong when you
I've
print
already
money.
spoken Jeff Bezos' death into existence.
Welcome to Modern Money Theory.
Modern money theory. This is now a financial podcast, and it's speculation.
Let's print more money.
Let's just print more money.
For legal reasons,
That's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I will also say that for legal reasons, that was a joke.
Yeah. Spectrum, we love you. Do not cancel our internet or our entire livelihood of this show making $2 a month goes down. Is that fire? Is that, hold on, look out the window. Are those lights sidewalk lights or are those fireflies or kids with sparklers?
It's some kind of light.
Okay, I think it's just a light.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the show. That's all, folks.
Show. Well, we did it.
We did it. We made it, and we'll be back next week and the week after. And actually, if we have a Patreon. If you go on to patreon.com / Lake City Variety. Lake City Variety.
There's quite a variety.
And if you go on there and you donate to the show, we're going to be doing one a week for free, and we'll have the possibility. I think if we get $100 on our Patreon, we'll do a bonus episode every week, and I think that's fair. As soon as we hit that. Yeah. Anyway, thanks to the 7 of you that hung out with us for so much longer than we want to sit on this couch for because it's so hot. We got to go just get another freezy or something.